Hey everybody, so found a couple new finds, these webbing chairs. I got an estate sale. I thought my kids could use them and work. Obviously this one doesn't have any webbing and this does. I'm going to attempt to re-web them. I've never done it before. So before we get started, I want to give you a rundown of some of the tools that are needed to complete these chairs. This is my pink Liberty toolbox. I'd never seen them in the pink. Found that at an estate sale, didn't quite have everything in it. I've kind of compiled this over different purchases over estate sales, but some of this is for bigger grommets for like tarps and things. And so this is an eyelet tool right here, more of a vintage one. And you'll put the eyelet in it like that and then compress it. This size did not go all the way through the actual webbing for me, so what I did is I just took the screws that came with my chairs. These are Frost King, made specifically for the webbing chairs, that have like a kind of a washer on it, and that worked just fine. Leather punch tool, you can get these on, you can buy them new and used, but probably around $10 to $20. Amazon to eBay if you want it used or more vintage. But this was really handy in terms of punching clean holes in the webbing, so definitely recommend that. Good to have a tape, a paper tape like this, or a loose tape, because it really helps to measure the width of the chairs. A lot of these screw packaging has directions on them, and you want to measure, it says right here, from hole A to hole B. I used the 2 1/4 inch webbing, and then I basically left 2.5 inches on each side. You want to make sure that once you measure from your hole to holes, like if you're doing the width or the length of your chairs, I added 2.5 inches on either side of the webbing so when I actually did the triangle folds. It could be a little more taut, but it was tough to get the very last ones in, so I would recommend doing something like that. When you go to fold your triangle end pieces, make sure you're getting a really clean cut. This is just for an example here, but so what you want to do is do your first triangle across, try to make it as tight to the corners as you can. This stuff is not that easy to work with, and then you're going to fold it back, like kind of like you're doing a paper football, if you ever remember doing that. And you put it like that, try to get it kind of neat. I mean, this stuff isn't going to be perfect, but if you get something like that, and then grab my hole punch, kind of do it, manipulate it with my hands, just put it in the center, get it through all the layers, just make a snap and just feed your screw through it, and then that'll hold this thing nice and tight, you know, hopefully last for a number of years. There you have it. So need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the long ones, and those are 40, let's see, write this down, 43 inches on the long, and then we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 on the 26-inch ones. So I'm gonna cut those out and get ready to apply. Beautiful. So I've already got the 43-inch ones done, all of that. I got one more of the 26 inches, so I'm gonna put that right here, kind of get a rough, put that down there. Looks pretty good to me. Cut. Cleaning up the edges a little bit, didn't get that too sharp, but all right. Wish it would fold a little crispier. I don't know how to get those folds to be a perfect, nothing's perfect, but more like that. So I'll go on the back, yes. Got my handy dandy leather punch here. Seems to be working nicely for this. Oh, a battle wound. Well, it's not the prettiest, but it is the first try. I got the first part of the long straps done. Now we're gonna go across the horizontal sides and see where we end up. It's funny, I've seen these chairs in the years I've been picking, and most of the time they've been pretty cheap, but in the last recent few years it seems like they want like 50 bucks for one of these things, which I think is a little ridiculous, but then again, the harder to find, the more value it seems to get. So now I'm going to weave this over and see if the length is right. So I'm going to do a little over-under action. So now this one goes over, under. Keep your work in front of you. Your space clean and your work in front of you. It's always a good way to do projects. The last one. See how it goes. And voila. All right. Not a masterpiece, but if it functions right, it'll be cool. We decided to use two different color schemes in here because I ran out of this green. My daughter really wanted to do something a little quirky, and this yellow she liked as well, so that's what we're going with here, folks. What I really love about, you know, these little DIY projects is not only do you get a cool vintage chair repurposed or restored in a way, but you know, we live in such a throwaway society. Instead of fixing something, they throw it away. For a $5 purchase of 2 chairs and webbing, you know, a little bit of labor, you've got these cool chairs. I think when you're out there, if there's something you can keep out of the landfill, it's got a little more character, probably made a little better. Take a sense of pride in taking the time to do it. So getting the last one finished up here. All right, it's kind of a funky combo. That's what we got, folks.